All right, so India is making a huge move to produce some of the most powerful magnets on Earth. Now, that might not sound like the most exciting headline, but trust me, this could completely reshape the future of green energy, electric cars, and even national security. Let's break down why this is such a big deal and why it's about so much more than just magnets.
You know, when you think about all the tech that's defining our future, I'm talking electric cars, those massive wind turbines, even the phone in your pocket, what's that one hidden piece they all absolutely need to work? Well, the answer is something surprisingly small, but wow, it is unbelievably powerful.
And that's where these things come in. Rare earth permanent magnets, or REPMs for short. And look, we are not talking about the magnets on your fridge. Nope. Think of these as super strong, tiny powerhouses that are essential for any kind of high-efficiency motor or advanced electronic device. They're kind of the secret sauce powering our whole modern world.
And you'd be amazed where you find them. I mean, they are in the motors of electric vehicles, tucked inside those giant wind turbines generating clean energy, packed into our electronics, and even used in super-sensitive aerospace and defense systems. Seriously, if it's high-tech and important, these magnets are probably in there.
Okay, so with this huge global demand, you can see why India is stepping up to the plate. So let's dive into our first section and check out what this high-tech magnet mission is all about.
So here's the big news. India's Union Cabinet has just given the green light to a totally new plan. It's a first-of-its-kind scheme, and the goal is simple but really ambitious, to start making these critical magnets right there in India.
And the thinking behind this is pretty smart. It's really two things. First, it's about achieving self-reliance, making sure they have their own supply and aren't caught out by global problems. And second, it's a strategic play to make India a major supplier on the world stage.
But hey, an ambition this big needs a serious plan, right? And a lot of cash. So for our second section, let's get into the nitty-gritty and decode this whole thing.
And they are definitely not messing around with the budget. We're talking about a massive investment of 7,280 crore rupees. To put that in perspective for you, that's nearly $1 billion US. This isn't just some small project, it's a huge national bet on the future.
But what's really interesting is how they're spending that money. See, most of it, over 6,400 crore, is tied directly to sales. So, the more magnets a company makes and sells, the more support they get. The rest of the money, about 750 crore, is to help them get the factories built in the first place. Pretty smart, right?
And the goal they've set? It's a big one. 6,000 metric tons every single year. That is a ton of magnets. We're talking enough to cover all of India's own needs for things like EV motors and wind turbines, and still have some left over to sell to the rest of the world.
Now, here's a really key point. This plan isn't just about making the final magnet. It's about building the entire process from the ground up. I mean, everything. From turning the raw materials, the oxides, into pure metals, then mixing those metals into special alloys, and finally turning those alloys into the finished, powerful magnets. The whole shebang.
And you gotta know, this is not a short-term fix. The whole scheme is set for 7 years. They're giving companies the first 2 years just to get set up, to build their plants. Then for the next 5 years, the incentives kick in to reward them for actually producing and selling.
All right, so that's the government side of the story. But what does the industry think? I mean, a plan is great, but you need people to get on board. So in our third section, let's see what the reaction has been.
Well, the auto industry is absolutely thrilled. Shailesh Chandra, who's the president of the Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers, called this a significant step. He pointed out right away how crucial this is for building a solid supply chain for electric vehicles.
And he's not alone. Vikramati Singhania from the Automotive Component Manufacturers Association said basically the same thing. He stressed that this move will slash India's reliance on imports and make the whole auto supply chain much more stable in the long run. So when you look at how the industry is reacting, it's obvious this plan is taking all the right boxes for them. We're talking a stronger supply chain, less worrying about imports, more investment in cool new materials, and yeah, putting India right in the middle of the global EV race.
It all sounds pretty great, doesn't it? So for our final section, let's zoom out a bit. What's the big picture here? What could this really mean for India's future?
When you boil it all down, this is so much more than just a plan to build factories. It's a massive strategic play. It's about India taking control of a component that is absolutely essential for the future of, well, just about everything important in tech and energy. So yeah, this is a huge, calculated bet on a high-tech future. And it really leaves us with the big question,
right? Will this bet pay off? Will it actually launch India into the top tier of the global tech race? We'll have to wait and see. Thanks for